I'm Heather.
Welcome to Small Town Big Thoughts. Welcome back, guys. We're back. We're going to do another episode of Am I the Asshole today? Tristan is back with us. So happy to have her.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So, before we start, do you have anything new going on in your life?
I got new hair.
Yes, that looks beautiful.
I want more blonde. It's kind of addicting.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm like, we get all the weird colors in high school, and now it's just like I just need normal colors, but I can't go brown because I'm already brown. Let's do a little bit of blonde. Oh no, I need more blonde.
Yeah, I've noticed lately anytime I dye my hair brown to try to get back to my natural color, it's way more red than my natural color. And you can see that in our pictures that we just had done. The end of my hair, like in the sunlight, just looks fiery red, but my roots are just like a dull, muted brown.
Huh.
And I don't know.
Wonder why there's red.
I don't know. My hair holds on to red really, really, really well.
See, I've got a lot of red in my hair, so whenever they dye it, they have to like use some kind of weird red out, or I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I remember one time when I was younger, like in high school, it might have been freshman year of high school, junior high maybe, I had blonde highlights in my hair. And I came across this box dye kit in Walmart. My sister-in-law was in town. And she's like, "Ooh, we'll dye your hair." And it was supposed to be like a natural red color. At least that's what it showed on the box. Okay, she dyes my hair, and it's getting to look pretty red. Like, pretty red. And so we ended up rinsing it. We didn't leave it on for the full time, but after we rinsed it, like, my hair was neon red.
Oh, no.
Like, not even like a coppery red, just straight fire truck red.
Oh.
And I was like, this...
Like a crayon?
Yeah. I was like, this was mislabeled. But, I was going through my emo phase, so I made it work.
That's some black in there. Some black highlights. Lip lights.
No, I was just straighten it out, like how we used to do in the olden days, where it was just so straight that it just right over your head.
I get that problem right here. Every once in a while.
But, like, you just, like, you straighten in your hair every day, and it just gets to the point where it's, like, fried and just right off your head.
Yeah, I get that.
So that's how my hair looked, bright red and now imagine a beanie over that.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah, so honestly, I liked the color it faded into. It was like a coppery orange color, and that was really pretty. I really liked that color on me. But anyways, I digress.
Anything new with you?
Not really. We had our family pictures done.
Yes,
that.
Gorgeous.
And
I like the Justin photo bomb.
Right.
That was,
my mother
cool.
photo bombing our family pictures, yes. I needed a babysitter to watch Ellie while we took me and Chance took our pictures.
Yeah, no doubt.
So and she loves her JJ now. Only took her 2 years, but
that's cool though.
Not a whole lot going on with me. It just, mom life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of which, that brings me into the first story that I want to tell, which I don't have it written down anywhere, and I'm not going to remember it word for word because I saw it on TikTok. It was wild enough for me to remember it, and that's saying something. Right? Because I don't remember anything. So, but this couple, they had been together, I think, like 8 years, something like that. Like, they were together for 3, married for 5. And
like 20s, early
yeah,
30s or something like that.
So the husband and wife had a good relationship with his mom up until she got pregnant. This is his side of the story that I heard. And the mother-in-law started getting really clingy towards the husband during the pregnancy. Yeah. and just started being really nasty towards his wife just all of a sudden when everything seemed fine before. And of course, I heard the wife's update on this too, so I have both sides of the story. Okay. But so supposedly during the pregnancy, she started getting really clingy with the husband, being really nasty towards the wife. Well, this continued on for a little bit, and he finally, said something. They cut her off for like a month or something. And after that month, she said she was sorry, that she would stop. And for the most part, it got better, but she was still like super clingy towards the husband. Well, at this point, I think they finally had the baby. She was just like 2 or 3 weeks postpartum. Like she just had the baby. And they all decided to have a family dinner, have the whole family come over
Meet
to
the
meet
baby.
the baby. Yeah. And the husband made food, and I think like his brother and his brother's wife and their kid was coming, his mom, his dad, and then, the three of them, the husband, wife, and their new baby.
What about her family? Or just his family?
I think it was just his family. And so he made enough, what he thought was enough food for everybody, but the niece wanted seconds. They mentioned heavily in this story that the niece was overweight. Like she was like, I think 10 years old and like almost 200 pounds.
Aw.
Yeah, like she was very overweight and she wanted more food. He didn't make enough for her to have seconds. And when they all sat down to eat, the wife had to get up to tend to the baby because the baby started crying. Well, he took his wife's food, put it in the fridge, put it away for her. And then after dinner, he went outside with his brother to have a cigarette and, just talk and relax. Well, when he comes back in, he hears screaming coming from the kitchen. And the mom and the wife are just going at it. Apparently, the mom had saw where
he put her
he
food in
put
there.
her food and took the food out and gave it to the niece because she was still hungry. This is the part that pissed me off. New mom, postpartum. Yeah. She needs her nutrition. And you're just going to take that away from her. Like, I don't care who's hungry. She had food. She's still hungry. Go home and feed her some more.
Or find something else in the kitchen. You can't tell me there ain't no scraps and
but it gets worse. It gets worse. And this is the husband side. Like, he is trying to make himself look good in this side.
Oh.
And,
I mean, he did put her food in there. He couldn't guard it,
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but that's why the mother-in-law and the wife were going at it. So, the wife was basically like, "Why would you do that? That was my food. Like, what is wrong with you?" And the mother-in-law said, "Well, you look like you could lose some weight and you could skip a few meals," and slapped her in the stomach. What? Slapped her in the stomach.
Oh, no.
So you know what the wife does? Punches her in the face.
I was going to say,
spreads her out across the floor. She's laying in the floor, holding her face, crying and screaming. Everybody else is silent. And
yeah, everyone is.
And all of a sudden, the husband yells, "Everybody, get the fuck out!"
Her husband or the?
Yeah, the husband.
Okay.
So the husband yells at everybody, "Get the fuck out of the house!" So everybody leaves, just leaves the wife there, and she's, on the counter, trying to decompress and calm down. And he turns to her and he says, "You too, you get the fuck out. I want the house alone tonight." Kicked out her and their newborn baby.
Oh, it's their house.
Mm-hmm. Kicked out his wife and their newborn baby because she defended herself. I didn't even need to hear the wife's side of the story. He's the fucking asshole through and through. And
I'd be like, you can go stay with your mama.
Well, she left. She packed up. She took the baby. She went to her mom's house, and I think it wasn't even a week later, and she served him divorce papers. And he had throughout that entire week been trying to get a hold of her, trying to fix things, and she was like, well, you needed that week to decompress and think about things. She's like, I took that opportunity to think about things too, and I'm not going to stay with the man who's not going to defend me from his own family. She was like, she hit me in the stomach hard right after I've had a baby. And I punched her in self defense. Sure, maybe she didn't act the best way, but I mean, I say she did a good job, but
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like,
girl.
that's where she lives. Like, I don't know why I kept thinking it was the in-laws is where they were at, because then
Yeah, they
it
were
would
in
be a
their own
little
home.
different if you
No,
punched her in the face, because then it'd be like, hey, y'all need to get out of here because that's assault, and like this is her house and you need to get out kind of thing. But for it to be, I'm assuming it's his house.
I don't know.
But they're married, so technically it's both of their houses.
Well, anyways, they're getting divorced. Thank God. Good for you, girl.
Smart.
So, and I guess supposedly the mom had gotten a hold of the wife afterwards and basically told her, good riddance, never come near us again. Like, we're so glad to be done with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Petty. Like, there's just quit talking to him. Like, if she's so horrible, then just don't send her anything.
Right. It just, oh my God, that story. I'm like, I just can't help but think, like, if somebody did that to me, I don't know if I'd have the balls to punch him, but.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have the balls to actually punch him, but I'd at least be like, you need to get out of here now, or I'm calling the police.
See, I'm an angry crier. I hate that I'm an angry crier because you get me worked up to that point. I am going to start bawling. And you're going to think, oh, you little baby, I won. But no, that's just me trying to keep from strangling you.
This is the warning.
Like, this is just me. Just like, what's the word I want to think of? Bargaining with myself to not go to jail.
I'm thinking about jail. It saddens me to think of it.
Like,
be there, bad food.
It's
not
like,
a comfy bed.
Anyways, but do you have any stories?
That wasn't even like, am I an asshole? That was just like yeah, did it got the husband?
I think his question was, am I the asshole for kicking out my wife?
Oh, yeah.
After she punched my mom in the face. And it's like, I don't care if she punched your mom in the face. Your mom slapped her stomach right after she had a baby. I know what it's like to have a baby, and that's fucked.
I don't want anybody touching my belly.
Like, I punched the nurses in the hospital when they were doing that fundal massage. Bullshit.
Non-fundal. Not fun.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
So after you have a baby, it's them trying to stimulate your uterus to start shrinking back down to its normal size and to make sure, like everything is getting loosened up and is coming out the way it needs to. So what they do is you lay completely flat on your back. They take both hands and push with all their body weight into your stomach and do this motion on your stomach right after you've had a baby. It hurts so bad.
I wouldn't want that done to me now. Babyless, I would not want that.
Well, I mean, like, right after you have a baby, like, all your organs are still pushed up into your rib cage. So, like, down here just feels like empty.
Emptiness. I'd be like some jumping jacks.
Like a water balloon almost. Like now, like, there's, like, bounce back right now when I push on my stomach. But, like, right after you have a baby, it's like you can push your hand all the way in. It's weird. It's the weirdest feeling to me. And I don't know if it's just because like my own body and I can feel how deep it's going, or if it's because my hand is actually going that deep. I don't know, but it feels weird.
Okay. More reasons not to have children. But write that one down. Okay. I just want to be the cool rich aunt for the rest of my life. Let's go to vacay.
That's fair. Plan a trip to Disney World.
Yes, let's go. Yes. Okay, I didn't actually screenshot the title of them. So, okay, we had a family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total. Me, my elder sister, 29, younger sister, 24, and youngest brother, 22. Extended family attended our family dinner too, so all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts, uncles were there. During the dinner, my elder sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up, I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." My brother hadn't made any personal attacks up until that point. It was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk. Anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me as my brother definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everyone in the family knows this, it's no big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this amazingly. I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily, saying that my sister misled him about her past. The family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept that I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone. All I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. Am I the asshole?
No, because I mean, like, if they're having marital problems because she lied and didn't tell him the truth, that's her fault, not yours.
Right, but then I'm kind of like an eye for an eye, leaves the whole world blind. If you thought her behavior was bad, then why would you go and do the same thing?
I don't know.
And I can see,
In my
even just
opinion,
calling somebody a virgin is one thing.
yeah, but like, I am not ashamed of my past. Like, if when I got with Chance, I was open and honest about everything that I've done and
Yeah,
all of that. Like, I didn't see no reason to hide it. And if he
right,
wanted to know, all he had to do was ask. But, normally he doesn't ask. It's just, it just sometimes comes up in like a conversation if we get to talking about something.
right,
But, yeah, and I'll just like, he'll bring up something. I'll be like, oh, that reminds me of this guy I used to date or
right.
whatever. And blah, blah, blah. And I would just tell him. But, like, I don't know. I'm just a very open book, so
Yeah.
like I don't see the point in hiding anything.
Oh no, I don't see the point in hiding anything.
So I mean, if you didn't tell him and that he's mad about that, that's on you. It's not on anybody else because he found out through them. Because like I mean, she thought that he would have known, and I'm sorry, I probably would have made that same assumption. If you're with somebody, if you're married to somebody, I would assume they know about your past.
I can see how the husband was upset.
Yeah.
Period. Like I feel bad for him
Well,
because he was misled,
and
totally misled.
it may not even be the fact that she's been with that many people. It's probably just the fact that, oh, I feel like you lied to me.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't feel like
for
I
him
know
to
who
go
you
out,
are anymore.
for him to go out, she must have told him that she hasn't slept with that many people or something along
Yeah.
those lines.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be a little different if the conversation had never came up or something like that, and then it's like, oh, I didn't know. It's like, well, you never asked, or that didn't
Yeah.
seem important to me, or something like that. But yeah, she had to have lied, and
hmm And I understand that. Like I would probably would have felt lied to as well. So my turn. The title of this one is kind of a long one.
oof.
It says, "Would I be the asshole for not playing along with my 23 male girlfriend's 23 female parents? Fake politeness."
Playing along.
Yeah, playing along with their fake politeness,
Oh,
just
okay.
playing into it.
Hmm.
Says, "My girlfriend's Korean, so I've learned a lot about Korean culture. The most annoying thing I've learned is that there's a lot of posturing to seem polite. Stuff like arguing over who gets to cover the bill, etc. My girlfriend warned me about this yesterday when I was preparing to go meet them for the first time. I should decline at least 5 times just to be safe before letting them pay the bill for the restaurant we were eating at. Have to say, oh, don't worry about me, please go inside. The best translation she could think of. If they exit their house to say goodbye when I'm leaving, have to press them to accept the gift I was bringing. I took notes on what she was saying because this shit sounds dumb as fuck, but I was gonna try. So I studied that shit like it was the GRE, then went. Other than feeling uncomfortable and having to come up with 5 slightly different ways to say no, 5 times to letting them pay the bill. Dinner was great and I got invited to go back home with them to drink. So 2 hours later, I was pretty drunk.
Oof.
Edit. I graduated college last year, and when I say pretty drunk, I mean my face is visibly red. That's it. We were talking the whole 2 hours and having a great time, so I wasn't getting absolutely shit faced. And definitely in no condition to drive. They kindly offered to let me stay over in the guest room for the night. If I was sober, I would have remembered that I had to say no at least 4 times, but I was not. So I graciously accepted and thanked them, telling them they were a lifesaver. My girlfriend shot me a look, but then it was too late to take it back. And doing that seems kind of rude to me, but what do I know? That was yesterday. Today I went to work and everything was normal except during lunch. My girlfriend told me that her parents liked me but weren't a fan that I stayed over. Why'd they offer them, for fuck's sake?
Right?
Which is also what I asked her. She got defensive and said that's just the way it is. I'd have to deal with it if we were going to be serious. We are serious. I told her that it was fucking exhausting and if I had future contact with her parents, I wouldn't be playing along with it again. And I just turned down any offered favors from her parents if it was that much of an issue. She said I was being rude, so am I the asshole?
No. I mean, you were drunk, so you were slightly like not on top of your game to be remembering stuff.
Yeah,
And you knew you were too drunk to drive. So you just kind of were like, hey, you want to stay here? And he's just like, yeah. Like, I do not need to be driving. I would so appreciate that. Thank you. You're a lifesaver. Oh,
right.
crap. I forgot. I have to be like, oh, no.
Right, that's like a lot of rules, and especially if you're going to be drinking. But at the same time, like that is their culture, I guess.
He
Weird
studied
as
up
it
on
may
it.
be,
This,
but like they have to have a little bit of understanding, like, hey, he's not from our culture, show him a little bit of forgiveness. And, but,
and then part of me is like, okay, this is the first time you're ever meeting them and you go back to their house to drink. Probably not a good impression, period.
yeah, I don't know if I would have went back to their house to
No.
drink with them. That would have been maybe a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I may have had one glass of wine, visited, and then just went home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go get trashed with these people I just met.
Yeah, who I'm trying to make a good impression on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Kind of like, hey, you should have known better, and kind of like, okay, well, they offered, and you're not really the asshole. Because he said he studied it, like hardcore studied it. He got drunk and he forgot.
But like I've heard so many stories about that culture and everything and how strict their society rules are and stuff like that. Like I could never. I could never.
Okay, we'll go with the next one, because then I won't remember what order I read them on. And I'll forget that I read them and read halfway through them before I remember. Okay, okay, so my friends, uh, are actors who have had small roles on a few TV shows, like up to 2 lines. Neither of them has a following in real life or on social media. They've got under 1,500 followers combined. Anyway, last week I posted a group picture on Instagram of people celebrating a friend's birthday. Everyone in the photo has their arms around each other's shoulders, very platonic. Anyway, yesterday in a group chat among the three of us, they asked me to take the photo down because they didn't want the public to know they are dating. I would consider taking it down if they looked bad or sloppy, but they don't. Also, everyone has their arms around each other, not just them. Anyway, I asked what they meant, and they said they didn't want to end up in the gossip rags. I pointed out that they are not famous and that they don't even have functioning Instagram pages. They were livid and called me a bunch of names. I think they're delusional, but they've been texting me demanding me I remove it and even sent me screenshots of them reporting it, and nothing has happened. At this point, I don't even want to be their friend, however, and probably because I'm an asshole, I don't want to delete it based solely on principle. Am I the asshole?
I mean, I understand not wanting like a certain picture on the internet, but like they were all hugging each other. So if there's no way that they can tell that they're dating from just that picture, then why would the rest of the world be able to? And like I've kind of been in a similar situation. Like it's your page. You should be able to post whatever you want, especially if you're in the picture. I understand if you're like posting somebody else's picture just to be posting it. I understand that. But like if you're in the picture too, like whatever, you have that right. It's a picture of you as well. But like there was one time I took a picture of somebody, I'm not gonna say who, but I took a picture of them, and after she looked at the picture, she decided that she didn't like the way her butt looked in it. It was a picture with her daughter, who was like 11 or 12. So she redid the picture, but pulled her cardigan up over her butt to like show off her butt.
With her kid in the picture?
Yeah, and she was
Oh,
like
gosh.
13. She might have been 13 or 14, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, she like pulled her cardigan up over to expose her butt. She was wearing jeans. We were on the beach, and I took the picture. And of course, I sent her that picture because that is the picture that she wanted. That is the one that she liked. But I did not post that picture on my personal page. Of course, I'm not friends with any of her friends. So the only people like on her Facebook page that would have seen the picture I posted would have been her immediate family anyway.
Yeah. Or people that didn't even know who she was.
Yeah. And so I posted the picture where her cardigan's not up over her butt and she's leaned over hugging her daughter because I thought that's a beautiful moment of a mother hugging her daughter. Like,
real life.
yeah. And that's why I posted it. And she got so mad at me and demanded I take the picture down. I did take the picture down. But like I couldn't understand like why. Like I posted that picture because I thought it was a beautiful picture in and of itself. I didn't think your ass needed to be hanging out in the picture for it to be beautiful, but whatever. So,
See, like, I don't, like, in this, I don't, I don't think any of these people were really friends.
yeah.
I mean,
You
if you're
don't
gonna
attack
stray,
your friends over something that's
yeah.
stupid.
It's like if your
And like
friends are trying to become famous and they're actors or whatever, as a friend, you should support their dream, no matter where they're at.
there's like a different way you can go about it. Like you could literally go to them in person, sit down and say, "Hey, you may not understand, but I would like for you to take this picture down, please. It bothers me and I don't want people to perceive a certain image of me and whoever else from this picture. So could you
Yeah.
please take it down?" Like you can be polite about it and you
Yeah.
can be nice about it. You don't have to like blow up on somebody and wig out to get your way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of ignorant, I guess. I would consider her the asshole. To even, because she even said something about, oh, I think they're delusional, and she told him basically, like, y'all aren't famous or something like that.
Yeah.
I pointed out that they are not famous and that they don't have a IMD page.
I am aware of the page. I'm not sure what that stands
Yeah,
for.
I said Instagram or something earlier, but I'm like, I don't know what that is. Improvised.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, no matter if they're not famous or they are famous, that's still their dream. And if you're a true friend, you'd support that and you probably wouldn't point it out.
Right.
And if your friend is uncomfortable with something being online, no matter what it is, for any reason. You should just take it down if you're their friend.
Yeah.
It makes me think that was just a fake friendship and just, yeah, picking. It's just take it down.
But my next story, it says, am I the asshole for asking my husband to not talk about our family planning with his mom? Sounds awkward. Let's get
Maybe.
into it. My husband and I have a 5-year-old, and we have been on the fence about adding baby number 2 for a few years now. We have a big vacation planned this summer, and I told him after that, let's try and see what happens. We were out to dinner with his mom when my husband said, after we go on our trip, we're going to try for number 2 and see what happens. She then replied, well, you're a little too late for that, aren't you? Since our only child is 5, she thinks the age gap would be too big. I don't think so. My oldest brother is like almost twice my age. I'm 26. But, anyways, I was really upset as I wanted this to be private since we don't even know if we can conceive again. And I just don't want that outside pressure right now. He got upset with me and said, it's just my mom, and said how I shouldn't care because he only told her. I am still really bothered by this, especially since she's very judgmental to begin with. And he thinks I'm overreacting and will not acknowledge that I didn't want anyone to know about our future family plans. He thinks it's not a big deal because it's just his mom. Am I the asshole? I'm gonna say no. Granted, you probably should have talked about it when you made these plans, like, hey, let's keep this just between us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, he should have also asked about that if it was not brought up. Because, like, I understand not wanting that outside pressure. Like, you just have everybody asking you, oh, is there a bun in the oven yet?
Yeah.
Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Oh, well, maybe it's you. Have you been to the doctor? Like,
Oh my
you
gosh.
don't want people freaking you out like that. Like,
No.
that's so unnecessary. It would bug the heck out of me. I know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, to say, oh yeah, we're going on a vacation. Yeah, you can discuss those plans.
Right?
You could have even just like not say, oh, we're trying to have another child.
I mean,
Just say something along the lines of, I really think I'd enjoy another child, or something just on yourself, not on,
right.
And then if she wanted to discuss that also, then she could chime in and be like, yeah, I think we're going to.
To me, it's kind of awkward. It's like you're telling people, oh, we're fucking.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, you're literally telling your mom, like, oh yeah, we're gonna be knocking boots for a minute to try to get pregnant. Like,
Yeah, we're doing the dirty.
yeah, it's like, why would you want to tell your mom that? Ugh.
That's what it's like to me. You're just telling people, we're back there fucking.
Yeah. Ugh. Going on vacation, you know what we're gonna be doing there. Okay, this one's a little weird. Okay, so I am 31 and have an identical twin brother. For a while, I've told my wife that none of her family members notice me or care anything to do on Christmas Eve, but still insists. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay. Christmas Eve, but still insists on me attending. She told me that's not true and they genuinely like me and enjoy talking to me. But I know that the only times they've included me, I had to basically insert myself into the conversations and it felt awkward and unnatural. So I had a wager with my wife to bring my twin brother instead of me and see if anyone noticed. I purposefully did not prep him on anything. He went in completely clueless. He knew why we were doing it and was game. As I suspected, Steve confirmed that he wasn't approached all night. Nobody could tell he wasn't me, and he admitted that he felt excluded and could only imagine how I felt. So for Christmas morning, I invited Steve to join. Normally, he's with my mom and dad every year. They know about him, obviously, but didn't know about the switcheroo. That was when I revealed that last night I was Steve, and I expressed disappointment that nobody noticed and said this is why I stopped trying. Nobody talks to me. My wife drew the line here. She was hoping we would keep this between the two of us as a funny prank. But how can I expect her family to see what jerks they've been if I don't expose it? Am I the asshole?
No. No. Because, like, I can't imagine, going to all these events with your significant other just to be ignored, to, like, not be included in anything. Like, that would make me feel shitty.
Yeah.
Like,
nobody even try.
I'd be like, I
Or
don't
say
matter
nothing.
to you guys. Like, I could just disappear and nothing would change. Like, I don't feel like I'm a part of this family. I don't feel like you've made an effort to make me a part of this family, you know. And they're married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's even worse.
Yeah. Like now, oh, hey, how are you doing? What's new in your life?
Right?
How are you guys getting along? Like something? Like nobody even attempted to talk to you? That's so sad. Like it's just like
It really is.
it's like high school where you're just like it's like just somebody's left all by themselves, and that's who grows up to be the
That was me.
crazy one.
Yeah. Say I'm
So
crazy.
sad.
Well, not too crazy.
We wouldn't be friends otherwise. Because like best friends have to have the same mental issues. So we vibe over. Oh, it's amazing we get through any conversations or remember them. Like, oh, I know I was having a conversation the other day with Lynn about something that had to do with this. I just can't remember anything that was said.
Right. It's like I could have the same conversation 3 times and not even remember that I already had that conversation with you.
Usually I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, you told me that. Just so you know. I do the same thing with Mary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 5 times a day.
I have my next story.
Okay.
It looks interesting.
I'm sure.
Says, am I the asshole for asking my husband to split the bills?
House bills?
Mm-hmm. I, 30 female, have been married to my husband, 38 male, for 3 years, together for 8. Lately, I've been getting more and more frustrated about splitting the cost of everything. He earns almost 4 times more than me. We keep our finances separate. He wants it that way. So usually he pays the rent $350, I pay the bills $100. Groceries are 8-10 times.
Whoa.
And groceries are 8 out of 10 times on me.
Okay.
When we go out to eat, it's more even, but when we order in, I usually pay. Couple weeks ago, he bought a car, an expensive one that was his dream. He has some good savings, inheritance money, was able to buy it without a loan. I said, okay, but if you buy it, don't tell me if you buy it, don't tell me we don't have money if I ask for something. When it was time to pay rent, he asked me if I'd be okay to split it since he will have some extra expenses, insurance, taxes, service, etc. I said okay. Today I asked him if he minded if we split the bills, and that's when shit happened. He said he doesn't understand why. He asked snarkily, was it really that bad that I paid some rent for once, and how disappointed he is. He thought we have had an agreement. Sorry, this is written funny. But he thought we have had an agreement, etc., and has been giving me the cold shoulder. I am both worried if I'm wrong and both angry at him. Because at the end of the month, I am left with literally no money. I have no savings while he can save more than half his salary. In all fairness, he pays for most of our vacations. I pay for stuff too, but less. Am I the asshole? How can I approach him with this without blowing up? Edit. For everyone asking, we live in a small country in the Balkans, Eastern Europe, where the average salary is around 600 euros. I make almost 1,000 and he makes 4,000.
They got kids. They're saying anything about kids.
They don't have kids.
She already pays less on everything anyway.
Okay.
That's your roommate.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. That's how they're living. They're like roommates. Like, see, if it were me, I don't know, because like I understand he has like his inheritance money, and like
makes
granted, you shouldn't be able to have anything to do with the inheritance money because that's his.
Yeah.
But
works for his
he
money.
makes 4 times the amount you do. He should be the one paying the bills, paying the rent, and you helping out like where you can. But like I don't think it's fair that you're left without any money in a savings or anything. Because if you guys were to split up, you would have nothing. You'd have nothing to like start a new life with. Yeah, they're married. So
yeah, no, that's you married your roommate because
like he
is showing no effort that he wants you to be secure and in a relationship. That's the one thing a female wants.
The way he's acting about money would make me nervous to begin with. Like, there's no way he should get that angry for you asking for help. That's your partner. That's who you spend your life with. Like, if you can't lean on them to help you get through a hard time, who can you lean on?
Mm-hmm. Or open up a joint account to where you're both putting like a percentage or something into it, and that is used to pay the bills and buy the groceries, so it doesn't feel like like you have to have some kind of togetherness if you're going to be married and you want it to work. Right.
And he has to understand that he makes quite a bit more than she does and could be helping out a lot more. In my opinion, I think he is extremely selfish.
Yeah.
But I mean, every relationship is different. I'm
still on that, like, what is his money? What really gets me is that they're married.
Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't. It's hard to explain. It's like, I get it's your money. Like, and you wouldn't be taking.
I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes. Like, if I was the one that was making more money, yeah, honestly, I probably would be like, you know what? Let me take care of rent and bills.
Yeah.
You just buy groceries.
Yeah.
You buy the groceries, we'll call it even. And then, hopefully we can talk about maybe getting you in a job that you like more, that pays better. You can figure stuff out like that. But, like, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Yeah. Not really. They're married. That's how I see it. It's like you're living like you're not married.
Yeah.
He should want to support you. He should want to support you.
Yeah.
You guys have no togetherness other than you maybe sleep in the same bed.
You have another story?
Yeah, I did get a few. Okay, my 22. I'm 22 male, but it says my, and my girlfriend's 22 female.
Yeah, how they write that stuff, it confuses my brain. Like,
should say I'm. It says my 22 male girlfriend. I'm like, wait, no.
Yeah,
I don't know. And today,
it's confusing to me too.
Okay, so the girlfriend, they're same age, 22. She got a car a few weeks ago that she's really excited about. It's her first car, and I always drove us around before. So last week we had tickets to this show, and she wanted to drive her car there. On the way, she stopped to get gas. When she drove up to the pump, she gave me her debit card and asked me to put $50 worth of gas in her car. I was a bit confused since it was her car and she was driving. I told her lightheartedly that she was a grown woman and she was capable of pumping gas. She glared at me like I was crazy and asked if I was serious. She started saying her mom has never filled the gas when her dad is in the car, and when her brother became a teenager, he started filling the gas for their mom.
As he should be.
She insisted that she wasn't going to pump gas in a dress at night when I was in the car. That makes it even worse, all right? After a little back and forth, I gave in and pumped the gas, but she was pretty annoyed at me for making it a big deal. I was a little annoyed because it just seemed a bit entitled. I don't know. I was mostly raised by a single mom, so I can't speak much to that, but neither of us usually subscribe to strict gender roles with most things. She brought it up again randomly the next day when we were cooking at my house. She said she asked her parents about it and they said she was right. I didn't really feel like talking about it again, but I was being stupidly stubborn and didn't want to give in. I mentioned that her parents were 50 years old and that her mom was a stay at home mom, and it's silly to compare. She told me not to be the guy that uses feminism as an excuse to be a shitty boyfriend, and that her 25-year-old brother also agreed. I was a little startled that she apparently tells her family every minor disagreement we have. This whole thing has been pretty ridiculous, but this is my first serious relationship, and after Googling it, it seems there is a mixed perspective. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chance pumps my gas for me. Like, we pull up
Yeah.
to the gas station. I just hand him my debit card. I'm like, hey, fill the tank.
Oh, yeah.
Get snacks,
If I
whatever.
if I were to go to get out of the vehicle, Austin would be like, "What are you doing?
Right?
Why would you be pumping your own gas?"
It's not even a gender roles thing. It's just more women get attacked at a gas pump because, I mean, if a woman is pumping gas by herself, people are going to assume she's alone.
Yeah.
And she's more likely to get attacked because, like, if it's a group of girls going to get gas, they're all going to be out by
Yeah.
that pump. They're all going to be out there talking.
Mm-hmm.
Or the window's going to be down. They're going to be talking through the windows.
You're gonna know
But,
something
like,
else there.
I mean, if you come up on a girl and she's just outside pumping gas on her own, and you, the man, are sitting in the car, like, and they think she's alone, she's more likely to get attacked. Like,
And then he like just drops that whole, oh, it's nighttime and she's in her dress and what?
like, and how hard is it to just step out of a damn car and put the fucking thing in the gas cap, whatever it's called? How hard is it to put gas in a car? It's not that hard.
Like you've
It
been doing it for
5 seconds.
and,
You get out, you put the thing in, come back around, sit down until the thing clicks, and you get back out and put it up, and you're good to go.
Yeah, or go in the store if you wanted some.
Right?
Guarantee she'd have got out of that car. He'd have been like, "Oh yeah, can you grab me a whatever, a Red Bull? What while you're in there, or something like that." And then what? She needs to do something for you.
Yeah. Nope. No. No.
It's just a respect thing. And I mean, oh, this your first serious relationship.
You can tell.
Yeah, you could tell. I mean, oh, my mom, I had a single mother. Well, then she should have been like, and she should have taught you to get out and pump her gas.
Right? I'm a little mama's boy.
Yeah, there are certain things you should probably just kind of know. Like, you don't open doors for her either.
I've asked my brother, like, "Can you pump the gas for Reba?"
Right?
Please tell me you do.
Right? Please tell me you were raised with some decency. Dang,
Like,
this guy was
Christ.
not.
Like, that infuriates me on her
right?
behalf. It's like, you don't have to finish the story. I was like, yes, he's an asshole through and through. This one says, am I the asshole for only sending my ex her concert ticket, but not mine?
Wait, what?
I guess they bought concert tickets and broke up, and he gave her hers, but kept his.
Okay, let's get it.
But
Let's hear the story before you start asking questions.
right?
Wait, what?
Over the course of our relationship, I bought her tickets to 3 different concerts. I bought 1 ticket for her, 1 ticket for me. We recently broke up, and I transferred her 1 ticket for each concert. She now thinks I'm being a petty asshole. I did not buy her 2 tickets as a gift. I bought her 1. The other ticket was mine. I don't think I should have to pay a lot of money for her to get to take somebody else to a concert. If she has a friend or a new boyfriend or whatever, that person can buy his or her ticket. Am I being the asshole? Edit. I bought the tickets for her birthday for us to go together. The shows are not sold out. Tickets are still available. I did not transfer her both because I want to attend the show myself. They are general admission, so we will not be seated next to each other. No, I mean honestly, you didn't even have to give her the one.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, you're being nice there. Like
Yeah.
if it were me and I bought tickets for me and my ex to go to a concert, I would not give him that ticket. I would keep it and invite somebody else to go, aka my bestie.
Yeah. Really, well, you are the asshole, because why even send her the one?
Yeah.
Because you're not over it and you want to see her there.
Mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have gave the ticket.
Yeah, I wouldn't have sent her the ticket. I'd have been like, we broke up.
Yeah.
I paid for that. I spent my money on that.
Even if you knew it was a
I'm gonna
birthday
take
gift.
somebody I want to go with, and you can just F off.
Yeah. You want to be there by your own. Yeah, no.
And I wouldn't even expect, like, if I broke up with somebody and they bought us tickets, I wouldn't even expect them to give me the one ticket.
Right.
I would have just been like, you know what? I don't even want to go.
Right.
Keep it. Like, and it'd be one thing if she paid for one and you paid for one, and
Yeah.
send her the ticket. But like, no.
Yeah, there'd be absolutely no reason to send her the ticket in the first place.
Yeah. I think that's our time for today.
Ta-da.
We had some good stories.
Save
I
those.
enjoyed our time we spent together.
Yes.
So,
I love my Lenny Poo.
we've had a lot of assholes in here today.
Yeah. Filling up the room. Stinking. Therapist. We had a therapy session. That'd be a bad idea.
Give us some good referrals.
WebMD.
No, God. Dr. Google.
Dr. Google. I've never heard of Dr. Google. It's a thing.
Yeah.
So you made it up.
Dr. Google is like, you are Dr. Google when you Google your symptoms, and it's like, oh, you have cancer. You have 3 weeks left to live. And then you go to the actual doctor. You go to the actual doctor, and they're like, oh, you got bronchitis.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's
But-
allergies.
Yeah. I'd be sitting there like, no, it's not it, doc. My time's limited.
All right. Well, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.